Welcome to the Chit Chat Show, ladies and gentlemen. Today we have the pleasure to sit down with a successful Danish florist, a young and attractive woman who turned her passion for flowers into a job. And today she will be sharing with you valuable information on her journey in the flower industry, how to start your own flower business, and some tips on how to manage the daily challenges of being a florist. Before we begin, I would like to look at you and say congratulations. I'm
Thank
proud
you.
of you for standing up every day to do what you love and what you're most passionate about, despite the challenges you face daily. All
Thank
right?
you.
You're welcome. So, thanks for coming, Mathilda.
Tack.
What is tag? It's thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah. All right. How are you?
I'm very good. It's early in the morning right now. I
Yeah.
just woke up and I took the metro just to come here.
Let's see. Let's
Yes.
see. How's life going for you these days?
These days it's going well. I'm doing my flower business. It's Christmas soon, so I have done a lot of jobs right now. And then I have my exams in school as well, so I have a lot to do.
Okay. And are you happy so far?
Yes, I'm very happy. It's
Yeah.
been very good.
How's your mental health?
My mental health is good right now. I have been starting lately to work also with other people. So I have two girls helping me with my social medias and everything and supporting. They are very good at helping me right now with also the mental health sometimes. Like they take over my work a little bit and go out and do pictures and stuff like that for me and post.
Yeah.
So they take a little bit of my work. That's very good.
So less stress, basically.
Yes, less stressed than I used to be because now we are three persons instead of me trying to do everything all the time.
Yeah.
So they're standing for different things, each of them. And we actually also have a third one that works on the more like website and graphic designs. So all that I used to do normally is spread over four people now. So I can breathe a little bit more as well. Yeah. And sleep.
Awesome. That's great. So we'll put a link in the description, guys, for you to get in contact with Mathilda, right? So check out the description box. I always like to start the interview by asking about the background of the guest, so we can get to know you first of all as a person, right? And also build some trust and understanding, with our viewers. So let's begin with your family and childhood, right? Which country are you from?
I'm from Denmark.
Yeah, what city?
I grew up in Vesterbro,
Okay,
and then I moved to Brønshøj when I was a kid.
I
Yeah.
see.
Like
Cool.
10 years old. We moved into a house and I got a cat and stuff like that. Yes.
Yeah. And who are your parents?
My parents is Anneline and Anders, and they are still together,
Yeah.
married and happy and everything. So, and then I have my little brother, Virtus. He lives 300 meters away from me still.
Okay.
So very close with him.
Shout out to the traditional family, guys.
Yes.
We are very pro family on this podcast. It's very important to bring back the old family traditions. Do you have any siblings? You said you have a brother.
I have a little brother, yes.
Yeah.
He's 2 years younger than me, and actually my best friend as well. Yeah.
And
Assistant in RHODFlowers as well, I think you will say.
yeah. What does he do though?
He works in a kindergarten full time, and every time he has a day off or something, he's the one there pick up my flowers and go with them to me or the stores I'm doing flowers in, or he's like doing everything behind, transport everything.
What you just said is extremely important. Because guys, if you have a business, if you're starting up a business, the best thing you can do is to get your family members to support. Because that's like the easiest human resource you can have. Besides that, you're gonna pay everybody for the job they do, right?
Exactly.
So having your family as a support, I feel like that's the best thing you
It's the
can
most
have.
important.
The most
Yeah.
important, right?
They
So-
also, both parents, they started up the first half year when I didn't have my driver license, or actually the first year. I did not have my driver license, so they were the one that woke up with me every day 4 or 5 in the morning to go out and pick up the flowers.
they believe in
So-
the dream.
Exactly.
You
So
see?
a big thanks to them, both, all
Yeah.
of them actually.
Yeah. Awesome. How were your parents towards you and your siblings when you were growing up?
I think they treat us very, very well.
Yeah.
We had a lot of freedom, and actually also, I think like a good thing that I've mentioned many times also for friends that they used to do was actually taking us to our summer house in Sweden without Wi-Fi or internet or anything, and just to like, then we just needed to find out what to do, or like be creative with what we were doing, or do some different plays, or yeah, if we said we were bored, then my dad would probably just say, okay, but it's good to be bored, then just do something else, like figure out what to do. I think we had a lot of freedom, both of us, always to do what we wanted,
Yeah.
but we should be honest about things to them still.
I see.
Yeah.
Cool. And who are you closest to? Your mom, dad, or one of your siblings, or your brother?
I'll say my brother and my dad, and then my mom. Yeah. I think it's often like that, actually.
Well,
That the girls are very close to the dads, and the brothers are more close to their moms. I feel like that's a thing sometimes.
well, sometimes most women are closer to their moms, though.
Do you think so?
Maybe, I don't know. I'm not a woman. I don't know, guys. Let
Nah.
us know in the comments.
Yes.
What do you think? Is it a
I think it's a thing. Yes,
Yeah?
I think it's a
girls
thing.
are close to their dads?
I think girls are closer to their dads,
Yeah.
and men are closer to their moms.
Okay.
Yeah,
I see.
we will see in the comments.
All right. Let's proceed to your current situation. Are you in a relationship?
I'm not in a relationship, no.
And any guys who are reaching out?
Yeah, comment. Just make
Is
a
your
comment.
DM, your DM is not
DM.
full?
No, I'm not dating anyone right now. No,
Okay. But would you be open though?
I'll be open. Yes,
That's
it's just where to meet.
cool. Where and when to meet?
Yeah,
Because you're
where
pretty...
do you meet a man? That's
okay.
the question.
Well, maybe at
If it's not in
church.
clubs or anything weird, or
Yeah, maybe at a church, at a gym, at a park,
yeah,
at a bus stop, at
in the metro,
a
maybe.
stadium,
Yeah.
on the metro.
In the stadiums. That was a good one.
Yeah.
I'll start to go there.
Or maybe at your flower business when you're like working, at an event. When
Yeah,
you're
maybe
working,
that was a
someone
good
can-
idea. Instead of being so focused on the flowers, maybe try to see the people that are around me.
Yeah, maybe look around. Like, hey, bro, what's up? How do you spend your time when you're not working?
That's the thing, because I feel like most of the time I'm just always ending up working on something still on my computer, or have a new idea that I need to write down somewhere.
Yeah.
So I feel like I'm always working. And otherwise, I'm in school right now as well, full time.
Okay.
I study multimedia design in Nørrebro in Kea.
Mm.
So I use a lot of time there as well. And then I like to run and work out and stuff like that. See my friends, go out a little bit sometimes as well.
Yeah. And this multimedia design you're doing, is it like also like to help your business, like on the design aspect?
Yeah,
of
like
it?
that was the idea when I started. I think this could help me a lot with being better into graphic designs and sew me. And they also have a lot of education there about building up businesses and how you're doing your business. But actually, the first half year, almost the first year here, it has been more about coding websites. So it was not really what I expected. Like now I have learned instead of how to code websites, which I can also use. But I look forward for the social medias and the graphic designs instead, because that's more for me.
Okay.
Definitely, yeah. The other thing is tough. Everyone that codes knows about that. Yeah. That's not for everyone.
That's like
That's not for everyone.
you're
It's harder
becoming-
than math. It's harder than math.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
That's more like you're becoming a IT person,
Yes, it's
rather than
exactly
learning
like
about your business.
it's very nerdy, and it's
Yeah.
a lot of things. And if you are putting one big letter, one like in any place in your document, then it might not work anymore. So you have to be very into it. Like,
Yeah.
and thanks to ChatGPT, still it have helped me a lot.
So where do you see yourself in 5 years? Any future plans?
I really, really want to like do more of events with my flowers.
Mm.
And I hope that the two girls I have right now as my PRs, they are in practice right now with me. I hope they can just stay forever with me, and
Okay.
that we can build a little thing up together where we are also the ones that do a lot of events with the flowers and everything, table settings, and where we can start to do some concepts and invite people for the events. We're doing a little bit of it soon in January, but I just hope that this can be something we can live off and do a lot of in future.
Before we continue, guys, I just want to say this work right here. This is from Mathilda. It's the first time I'm getting a gift from one of my guests, and it's really beautiful for someone to think about us like this. So
You
thank you
work
so
hard
much again.
too.
Yeah.
Yes, you
Thank
work hard too.
business minds.
Yes, you're also using your time right now.
Exactly.
So, of course, but thank you.
Thank you for understanding. All right, let's talk about the flower business, which I believe is what the main reason why most of you are watching. Let's start from the beginning, okay? What's your definition of a florist for those who don't have any idea?
A florist is a person that works with flowers and also other botanical, they can be plants as well. And the florist is a one that helps with arranging flowers for different events in life. It can be birthdays, it can be funerals and Christmas right now. So we help to decorate and make everything look more beautiful and personal for people.
How did you get the idea of becoming a florist?
Actually, I stopped in high school and I was very, very stressed. I deal with a lot of anxiety too. And I saw all my best friends, they start to work full time in different stores and in kindergartens and stuff like that. And I did not feel that I was in the right place to start working full time again with something. And then I had my still best friend, Amira, and she used to work on a bike where they sold flowers from. And she did not want to have that job anymore. She was like, I'm going to also go out and get a full-time job that pays better and is more fun for me. But if you want to, you can take over this flower job at this bike. And the good thing with that job, I didn't know anything about flowers, but the good thing and why I said yes was because I was the one that could choose all my shifts and how many hours. So for a person with anxiety and stress at that time, it was just perfect for me. So I started working there and I chose shifts about 4 hours in the beginning. And then it went into the normal 6 or 8 hours in a day. Sometimes I worked many shifts in a day and sometimes in a week. And sometimes it was just 2 shifts in a week, all about how I felt and my mood. But then I started to feel more calm when I work with flowers. Maybe already after 1 month or 2 months, I feel like it gave me some calm when I was standing and doing my flowers. And actually, we only were allowed it or should just sell the bunches without starting to making something out of it. But I started to ask people that were better than me to do flowers. And I also started to watch a lot of YouTube and so on Instagram, everywhere where you could do how you did bouquets and how to mix flowers. And I started to learn the name as well on flowers. And then after a while, I have been working on the bike. It started to be very cold outside. So I asked my boss if it was okay that I started to work inside his stores. He had 5 stores, I think, around in Copenhagen. And he said, yes, just come inside and start to work some shifts in here. And then actually he ended up putting me into his design studio. He had 4 normal flower studios. And then he had 1 flower studio that was a design and flower studio. So he put me into that store because he was going on holidays. And he said, just take over here. I don't know if you can do flowers, but you will learn how to do the flowers. You're just here right now for a month. So I was just starting up in a big design flower studio. It's still the biggest flower studio we have today in Copenhagen. So I was just standing there by myself and I had big customers every day coming in asking for flowers or installation for their stores or shops around. So I needed to learn it, really needed to learn it. So every time I finished my shifts, I started again to watch even more and more YouTube to learn how to do the bouquets and flowers for the customers because I was standing there alone. So I ended up working for him for 2 or 3 years. I don't remember anymore. But I worked in all the 5 different stores and in the design studio a lot in the center as well. And from time to time, I also started to try to work on different flower stores around in Copenhagen. So I think like in total, before I opened my own, I have worked in maybe 8 or 9 different flower studios in Copenhagen. So many, many places, and I have met many people and many florists before I started my own.
All right. At what age did you start, though? You said in high school. What age was that?
Maybe 7 or 8. Yeah, I was 18.
18. Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
I remember my salary right now. I was 18.
I remember your salary. Money is always the most important.
Yes, that was the one. Okay, money. I was 18. Yes.
The caption of one of your pin posts on Instagram reads, Mathilda became self-employed with RHODFlowers after spending 3 years working in the flower industry. She always dreamed of making floral arrangements as creative as possible with a strong focus on aesthetics and innovative flower decorations. Do you mind telling us what is RHODFlowers?
RHODFlowers is the company that I started 2 years ago. I made the name RHODFlowers because RHOD is actually my surname from my dad. And he was the one actually asking why I did not just use RHOD as the name of my new flower studio because it means roots in Danish. RHODFlowers is like an online flower studio. We don't have any store shop yet. It's just where you order your flowers online.
How does someone become self-employed in the flower business? Can you like tell a few things you need to do, a few steps involved if you have to break it down?
Yes, like I think it's very important. I did not do that. So for the next one that might want to be a florist, I think it's very, very important to actually start out finding out where to get the flowers from. I were already booked for a few jobs when I started,
Yeah.
and I did not know where to get the flowers from. And that's far away from Copenhagen. It's in RHOD, so half an hour away. And if you want to start up and you want to start up in, let's say, half a year, then it's also a very good idea with a driver license. Yeah, so you don't have to take the bus or bike with the flowers.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's just some small steps. I think it's nice to. I know that it can be expensive as well to get an accountant, but if you have any saving, I think it will save you just to start out with an accountant, maybe after already the first 3 months or something doing a business. Yeah.
So those are the first 3 things.
Yes.
Find a supplier for the flowers. Get your driver's license in case you have to drive back and forth. And the third thing will be to get an accountant.
Yes. I think that's some good things to start out with. Yes.
Yeah.
And believe in yourself.
And believe in yourself. So those are the 3 main steps that you need in order to start the flower business.
Yes, if I could start over again, I wanted to know where to get my flowers from. I wanted to have my driver license already, and I wanted to have an accountant from the beginning. I think that's some good 3 steps when you want to start out doing this.
Okay. And then what's very important is the clientele, because it's very important that you know who's going to be buying your products, right? Because you don't want to stand with a bunch of flowers and not have nobody to buy.
No, exactly.
So do you think like it's better to have your first client before supplying, or you go get a bunch of flowers and then come back?
What I have done for all the years and what I'm still doing is I never go out to the flower market and buy in any flowers before I have any orders. And I think also that should be the same for everyone else if they want to start out as a florist. Like first go out and buy your flowers as soon as you have a client, because to have bunches of flowers in front of you is expensive for your own economy as well. It's not cheap anymore to buy in flowers for anyone. It's expensive for you as well just to have all the flowers in front of you without selling them out. So definitely I think you should like have your clients before you go out and buy the flowers.
That's also a great tip, guys.
Unless like if you are at that good level where you actually want to start out and have a flower shop where you work in, then you should go out and buy a lot of flowers to fill in the whole store. Because if people go by and it doesn't even look like a flower store from outside, then people would not buy their flowers in there. So if you are more into like, I want to have a flower store, then you should definitely overfill it from the beginning for the first month or 2 months, so people start to realize that this is like a flower store, and they have a lot of good things in here. Yeah.
So that's gonna be the contrast. There. A
Exactly.
store owner and a self-employed person
Yes.
was starting off. So to open a store as a florist, you probably need like a huge capital, right, to buy the flowers in advance.
Yeah, it
Yeah.
is a little bit
Yeah.
expensive.
On the other side, which is self-employed, you probably need just the first client before you use the money they give you
Yeah,
to buy the
exactly.
flowers,
Yes.
and then you make a profit and you keep on like recycling that same process.
Yeah, exactly.
That's smart. That's smart. Okay, nice. So we know starting any type of business is extremely exhausting, right? As well as mentally and physically demanding. Do you mind sharing with us some of the biggest obstacles you had to overcome when you started your business?
I definitely think my sleep was a big challenge because I had to wake up in the night to buy my flowers in. And I'm still young and I still have a lot of friends I go out with and stuff like that. So to go into my bed sometimes like 11 or 12 and wake up 4 o'clock was starting to be a challenge for me that I was facing a lot. Then I also think like back to the introduction about my parents and everything. I think they learned me and my brother actually also to trust everyone.
Okay.
So the same counts for me when I started out with the flower business. Every time I delivered a product or went into a store to do something, I was also trusting everyone, also about money and payment. For that, I have also learned like you should take some money before you go out and do your work and your jobs. But so I was facing a lot of different channels and definitely like, especially that also with that it's not all people that are raised the same, and some people, if they can, they want to cheat about like payments and invoices and stuff like that. So you have to start to learn to be a little bit smarter, and it's not everyone you can trust still. No. So that's sadly, but it's still when you ask about channels and I have faced, then this is definitely one of them as well. Yes.
Trusting people.
Yes.
You
It's a
see,
sad
guys.
one, but yes, it's real.
Yeah, that's the world today, right?
Yes.
You wanna be a nice person, go out and do business fairly and in a great way, but people just wanna make a fool out of you.
Yes, a little bit. Like they
Yeah.
see, oh, there is a new florist. She's actually doing very, very well. She can do the same as the bigger companies. Let's hire her. Okay, what would you do if we don't pay her?
Yeah.
I have tried that a few times, but those few times was still something that happened a lot in the beginning, which is not fair because when you start out in the beginning, your economy is not good and you're also just trying to do your best all the time. So you take it personal and you should just learn also with your business that to separate it a little bit. Like when people do this, it's not something personal against you. It's just because they want to cheat with the money if they can. So for me, it was it's still a difficult like balance between those things sometimes. But yes, and then just still to like when you start out a business, I remember I said to all my friends, at my birthday party actually, I said to them like, I'm gonna be very, very busy the next 2 weeks, maybe the next month with my business. Please accept and please like have an understanding for this. But the real world is just and that's a good thing actually. You focus on yourself and you make a business for you, not for anyone else. But it's not just taking 2 weeks or a month of being busy. It's like actually a whole new lifestyle when you say yes to start your own business. So I was also channeling a lot still with being a good daughter, a good friend, a good sister to my brother, everything, because your time is just running out from you sometimes. You don't even see your time anymore. You're just all the time working or transporting something in the bus, or then when you come home, you're like, oh, fuck, the clock is 9 o'clock. I have to sleep again now. So that was my beginning of this business. And it have become so much better now that I even felt I had energy to start on education.
Yeah.
So there is hope, but it's just the first a year can be very tough, I feel.
Knowing all of these challenges that you face, right? What was the worst experience that you ever faced?
From the beginning, after 2 weeks being in the business, my best friend, she asked me like, what person do you want to do your flowers for the most? And then I mentioned a name that I cannot mention right now, but I mentioned a name of a rapper, a Danish rapper. I said like, I really want to do some nice flowers for this person. I was asking on DMs if there would be something he wanted to have from me, like my flowers, and we could arrange, it could be nice setups for his shows or like his photo shoots or whatever. And then he agreed, and he was already answering me like the same day, like, yeah, let's go and let's have a meeting. I want to meet you. This is nice. And then we were meeting, and we were sitting, me and him and his three persons behind him, like his manager and stuff. And we were talking for more than 1 hour about flowers, about how now nice it was that I have started my own business, and that he really, really, really wanted with his heart to support me as a small business instead of the big flower companies. And after the meeting, I was so happy. I was like, oh my God, this guy really, really wants to support this business here. And I was also starstruck. I was like, this is one of my favorite rappers. Thank you so much. But then I started to, he already asked me if I could deliver plants almost the day or the day after for his studio and for his home. And that this should just be like the first little job we were doing together. And then later on, we will do some huge work together, like for the photo shoots and everything. And then after I delivered a lot of plants, I had one of my friends with me as well when we did the job. We were delivering plants to 2 addresses in Copenhagen for him. And then after I sent it the invoices, they never paid. So I was facing these big channels in the beginning. Like I just had my company for 2 weeks, and I was delivering over maybe 10 plants for his studio and his own apartment. And that's, people know the cost of planes as well. Like we have all bought 1 plane for ourselves. So to buy in 10 planes for someone else and they don't pay you, it's crazy. So that was a big, big, big channels actually. And it made me also, it also affected my mental a lot. But people were very, very good to support me, like my friends and family. Even my friends' families supported me still and was like, then we're just going to buy more flowers from you now so your economy can still run around. And we also just want to tell you, like, some people are just like this and you will see this the rest of your life. But you just have to start to notice who is a good or who is a bad person. So that was a big channels. Yeah.
Wow.
Yes.
10 plans.
Yes.
And he didn't pay.
Nah, still not the day today. And I did all my work to try to get the money.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did you involve the police or something?
I put it into, I don't know the word in English, but it's called incasso. It's like after you have pushed a person 3 times,
Exactly.
then you put the person into that. The crazy thing about this invoice I sent it at that time was actually I did not take any money from my time. I took the money from the cost of the plants and from the soil and the pots, because I was naive still with my business and because I just wanted to do a good, helpful job that could give me more work in the future. So I used it like as a startup for myself, I will say.
Yeah.
But I just never got the money. So looking at the invoice, like the number of the invoice and the money on that invoice is a very little money. It's something that almost all people actually can pay if they really want to pay it. It was very crazy for me, like having a rapper, a Danish rapper, big rapper, doing concerts all over Denmark, and then he could not pay like this amount of plants. So that was a crazy and big challenge for me, yes.
Probably just wanted to exploit you, right? Because they probably thought maybe you're starting off and you cannot do anything against them, probably.
Yes, something like that. The thing an incasso company does, what is it called in English, incasso?
Yeah, that's like a debt collecting company, right?
Exactly.
Collect debts for people and they put your name in the system if you're owing money.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So I did that, which he also became very, very mad about, and his manager became very mad about it too. But for me, that was the most fair for myself to do at that moment. And that's also the real step to do, actually. If you push people and they don't pay you, then this is how it works. Then you can choose yourself to take a person into incasso.
Yeah.
So that's what I did. And then, when you do stuff like that, now I was talking about one channels, but when you do stuff like that and you take people into incasso, then you also have to know that then you're also starting to face some other channels.
Yeah.
People become mad about it.
Exactly.
And if they don't want to pay, they just don't want to pay. So you also have to figure out with yourself if you want to take care of your own mental or if you want to take your money. Sometimes it's very sad to have it like that, but I have just learned that in some situation it's better just to focus on yourself instead.
Let's look at the positive side. What was the best lesson that you learned out of this challenge?
One of the best things I learned from this is both to take some money before you go out and do the work.
Yeah.
And actually, because I spoke with all my friends about the situation here, you start to see how many people that want you the best. Like, it was even my friends' parents that wanted me to do my best. So as soon as I said I was struggling with this right now and it made me sad and stuff like that, then I just felt like I had a whole 30 people behind me that wanted me to like grow and be a bigger person. So I also started to realize how much people I had that wanted to be there for me.
Yeah.
So that was a very positive thing as well.
So you actually changed your system of money reception.
Yes, a little bit.
So you receive the cash in advance before you go make a delivery.
Half of it.
Half of it.
Yeah.
In case things go south.
Yes.
Yeah.
Then you can discuss the pricing, but most of the time it's just a best to take half of it before.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, as a business person, what's very important is that you have these challenges and then you learn from it.
Yeah.
Right? Because if you did not learn to collect advance before doing the delivery, you know, you'll still be having more people to send to Incasso every day.
Exactly.
You know?
Then it will be a lot.
Yeah. And then at the end, you know, all of your customers are gone and you're struggling, you know, but I'm happy you learned something from it. And
I learned a lot from it.
move on. Yeah. And you're not trusting people anymore.
Not everyone.
Yeah. So let's look at the best experience you've had so far. What is the best experience you've had?
I think I had many, but one of them was actually when I first started out doing my business. I was hired in for doing a one-day freelance job for a company from London, actually.
Wow.
In Copenhagen. Yeah, that was just like, I was just hired in as a freelancer, so just normal salary, everything.
Yes.
But actually, I felt the universe was with me that day because then their flights were delayed. So I ended up doing the whole setup and work almost for the store we were in. Yeah. And when this big company, flower company from London arrived, then they almost just signed me to be like a florist in their company in London as well. So if they from time to time needed somebody to come and help them, then they will always text me, which was just very, very nice. It was not something I became rich for or anything, but just like to get this contract, it made me very, very happy. And then I have been there twice now to help them out. The last time I was there, it was also a very, very positive and good experience because I was standing and doing flowers in like a big store, but only installations with flowers, not just selling bouquets out of the house. It was big installations we were doing. And when I was meeting in, I just saw there was like 10 other people, which is also 10 other florists being self-employed. But we were all hired in for that installation. So we worked almost 12 people together on making one or two installations that day in London. To just meet I felt like they were all the people I have missed seeing for a long time. Like just the community and everything was very, very nice for me. I grew a lot of meeting all of them.
You know, that's also the good part of business, you know. The days when it actually rains.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And just to meet other that actually shares the same passion as you.
Yeah.
That's very, very nice. You can share out. If I tell them this guy did not pay the invoice, they will have tried the same. So we started to speak on like the same language or about customers being mad about something or telling they want a flower that is not in season at all or something. We were just all together. We all know the same questions. Yeah. Even we were not living in the same countries. We were living in 8 different countries, I think so.
Yeah. Can you walk us through the process? What are the things you need to make sure you meet the client's expectations whenever they place an order?
Like usually I do a lot of flowers for different products as well. Can be like beauty products or something like that. Sometimes I have DMs or emails from people saying they want me to do some flowers for their new product. And then my answer will always be like, if they also can try to send me a mood board of what they really want to have. And maybe also send me one of the products if it's something that I have to play with or do something with. So then they try to send their mood board. And sometimes they send something that is just like almost impossible to make because the flowers is not in season or something like that. So then I always try to send back a mood board. And then we're having this beginning where we're both sending mood boards back and forth. and then we always land on a
What
mood
is a
board.
mood board?
It's like where you collect maybe 20 pictures or 10 to 20 different pictures. You can find on Instagram, on Pinterest. They can sometimes find it on my own profile. Or it can be just a picture of one flower they want to have. And then it can be a picture of the fabric they're going to have on the table for the event. So then they collect like a mood board over how their event will look like or what they expect from me as the florist to be there. So
they're
then we
giving you,
just
like,
and then
yeah.
sometimes if it started to be too complicated for me as well, then I always ask them if we could do a meetup. Like just meet somewhere, or I can go to their office, or we can even have a phone call, but I definitely prefer to meet them in real life.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Then you can
that's better.
visualize everything
Yes,
very fast.
yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
yeah.
And also find out like exactly what they
The
expect.
one. Yeah.
Yeah.
True. You got a point. That's very important. We're assuming you usually have like leftovers, right?
Yes.
When you're doing your flower orders. What do you do with these leftovers? You
Um,
just throw it in the bin, or?
Nah, never. I have leftovers sometimes, but most of the time I buy in all my flowers on demand. So like as soon as I have an order, I buy in flowers for that order. So it's not even every week that I have my leftovers. But sometimes when I have been doing bigger courses, I do have a lot of leftovers. And then I have asked out on stories, first of all, if there is any photographers or something that has photo shoots or creatives that are going to have photo shoots or whatever the common weekend. And if they want to take over my leftovers in charge of getting the pictures from them. So sometimes I've done that, and then I get professional content back from them that I can use on my own profile out of my almost flower trash or leftovers. And then other times I have just, if I had a lot, I have actually made it into smaller bouquets. And then I have just texted out on Facebook like, hey, we have all these leftovers. I don't want to have all the flowers at my place because I work with it every day. So please come up and just pick it up for free. As soon as you put that on Facebook, you will have 200 people. So I actually, last time I said like, oh my God, I have these like 20 different bouquets. Send me a DM on Instagram if you want to pick up this bouquet. And the good thing about that was actually, instead of it was only me getting 20 different messages every minute on Facebook, then I had 200 new followers on Instagram as well. Yes. And then out of the 200 followers, I could give out 20 of the bouquets to the first maybe 20 that have texted me. Yeah. So that was a smarter move. The first time I was almost getting stressed about how many I wanted to come and pick up the flowers.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Wow.
That was a good move.
Guys, there's always a way.
There is always a way.
Always a win-win, guys.
Yeah.
So because of your leftover flowers, you got 200 followers.
Yes, exactly.
Oh, wow. What a way for the universe to give you a sign, right?
Yeah.
That's amazing. That's amazing.
When you give out, you get something back.
Hey, talk about that. Guys. Always give.
Yes.
What you give, you get.
Yes, exactly.
Thank you so much, Mathilda. For the thousands of small flower business owners, right? We know it's usually tough with the competition and everything.
Yes.
What do you do to stand out and make sure you get new clients and also keep the old clients coming back?
I do different things. Like, first of all, I have branded it a lot on the thing that I do my flowers on demand. Mm-hmm. So like sustainability, yes.
Yeah. So
I have branded it out a lot on that. And then I have always used my own music, like not my own music, but the music I listen to. I have always used that on Instagram and not been afraid of like just keep on using my own music that I like and my own. I make the reels and the videos myself always with the music I like to listen to. So I have always made a lot of this. And then I feel like there is just a lot of people I don't even know, but they feel they kind of know me because I have been very personal. Okay. And sometimes I've also shared out personal things, like about the driver license. I posted a video one time where I was writing like a big caption about it, that I have failed my driver license for the third time now, and how it affected my mental health as well and the flower business as well. So then I feel like I just connect with people without actually knowing them. And then about when I actually have flower jobs, I do a lot. Like many people have asked me, why don't you just have people to do your work and blah, 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 blah. You can just hire somebody in to do it. Yes, I know, but like, I think forever I will always like to go out and do the job myself. Also because then I talk a lot with the people when I go out there and I meet the people. And then as soon as you start to meet the people and talk with the people, then they remember you for the next job, or they tell you their friends about they had a good time today with a florist in their office. Then maybe the friend is going to have her wedding next week. Something like that. That's how it all works together. So instead of just seeing my flowers as a product I need to do and just run out with or send with a Uber or something, I always make sure that I set off time to go out and set up everything and meet the people. That's one of the big things.
Yeah, that you're doing to stand out.
Yes,
So
I
people
think so.
people relate to you on a more personal level.
Yes, I think
Yeah,
so.
yeah.
I think maybe we'll say.
Let's talk about this thing because it's very important. What are some of the important things young girls need to be aware of when they're considering to get into the flower business, becoming self-employed like yourself?
First of all, it's a lot of work. They see on Instagram beautiful bouquets, but it's hard work behind, and it's heavy work as well. A lot of water, a lot of flowers that needs to be transported, a lot of cleaning and mess and everything. So it comes with the beautiful bouquets they see on Instagram. It comes with a lot of work behind always. Yeah. So but that's the same for all kind of works we see around. But just because on Instagram it can see so aesthetic and beautiful, but there is a lot of things behind always. Then what was also shocking me a little bit, or that I have maybe wanted to be aware of, is that the flower market itself is only men. So I remember I talked a lot about that with my friends when I started, because starting out as a very, very young, 20 years girl, and to have to go there in the middle of the night and buy in your flowers, and it's only men selling your flowers. That just everyone that sees this will know that there can come a lot of difficulties out of that as well. Asking me if I like being main, like asking if I knew about taxes, asking me if I knew about money, economy, trying to learn me different stuff, making fun out of that I did not have my driver license, all this. And like today, maybe I can laugh a little bit about it as well, but I just remember it was very tough sometimes actually to have all this talks in the middle of the night where you actually just wanted to sleep. Like it was just too much. Like some trying to be my dad, some sold these nights where they sold me flowers as a date. Yeah, like wanted to give me a car ride home with the flowers if I also wanted to give something back. And in that sense, it's not smart to give something back. Don't give anything back. Just take the train or the bus or something like that. That's a better idea. So like it just come with a lot in the beginning. Yeah, it's only men selling flowers and it's only women doing the flowers. Yeah, that's how it works.
Oh my goodness, what a contrast, guys.
Yes.
I would never expect this.
Nah.
You know, if you did not say it, I would never expect it. So it's men who are like supplying the flowers.
Yes, many,
And-
many men. There is a
yeah.
few women, but many men. Yeah.
And the women are, because the people we usually see are the people who are selling, and they're women.
Yeah, most
But
of
we
them
don't know
women.
yeah, and then
But
the
the
people
one
behind.
that, yes, it's
and the
men.
What a
And that
contrast.
just comes with a lot. And I think there was also a few very good women that told me about this before I started, actually. They said that if I got any comments about like, wow, you have beautiful hair or something, then I already knew from some other florist woman that don't take care of these comments. Like just go ahead, just focus on what you need to focus on, ignore it. This guy is just disgusting, ignore it and just focus on your flowers. So there was good woman there that told me about it from the very beginning. But then I'm just telling to the next woman that might want to do the flowers. And it's a lot better already now in 2 years. But I feel like it was a little bit shitty already the 2 or 3 years ago.
Yeah.
When you start out as a new face coming out there. Yeah.
And if you don't have your head really straight and into the business, you can easily lose track, right?
Yes,
of this,
exactly. Or take it personal.
take
Like
it-
that's the thing. You're already struggling maybe with getting your invoices and you feel like you don't sleep enough and you work hard. And then also to start when you just have to buy in your flowers for your work the same day, then to start up also in the middle of the night to get comments from men or whatever. It's not what you expect, and it's not something you maybe have the energy for.
Yeah.
So
You're there for business.
yeah, exactly.
make
You
some
just want to
money.
focus on the
Yeah.
rose should be red or if it should be pink. That's
Yeah.
that's your main
Exactly.
focus. So a little bit out of yeah. But it's a lot better still. I just wanted to say it.
You're not tough.
It's important to say. Yeah.
You're a tough girl now.
Yes.
You've learned.
A little bit more. Not in the beginning and still not 100%.
Oh my God. But that was a very good insight,
Yes.
because people think it's just going to be a straight road.
Yeah,
but
you
it's
just go
very-
in and just...
Yeah. It's
And
very
you can also easily be very unpopular there. Like if you order your flowers from home, let's say you order your flowers, all flowers come from Netherlands. So if you have a special order, you need to order maybe 3 or 4 days before your
Okay.
job. If you order the flowers and your client is canceling on you, again, then it's very, very smart that you have take some money up front from your client. Because if they are canceling you, then you might think, okay, then I'm also just going to cancel my flowers here because what do I need 10 black orchids for if I don't have the client that want the black orchid anymore?
Yeah.
But if you then try to cancel on the flower market and say, hey, I'm not coming, I don't want to have the flowers anymore, then you will get unpopular. So that's again back to why you need to charge money before you
Yeah.
go out and buy your flowers or order the flowers, or tell your client that, hey, it works like this. I order my flowers a week before, so it works like this. So you need to pay up front half of it before I do it.
A retainer.
Yeah. I have tried this where I have tried to cancel something and then you just get unpopular and then you have to talk yourself out of it, or you need to just swipe your card or something just to
Yeah.
make it calm again, because you never know when you're going to need those people again for your future. Yeah.
It's bad for business to have a bad reputation. Do you sometimes get any bonuses or tips when you do like a surprisingly amazing job, when you exceed the client's expectations?
If I get tips?
Yeah, a bonus or something.
No.
Like
That's
someone is like, hey, I was expecting like it to look like this, very nice, but you've done like something that I've never seen. So the person
I've never got any
take 500 extra.
maybe like for private customers maybe, but for the companies that I usually do flowers for, nobody have given me tips ever. The thing I have received sometimes have been like, if I have done flowers for perfume or makeup or something, then they have said like, whoa, this was very, very amazing, here, take this back or something. And then there has been a lot of products in it. I feel that there is many people that have been good at giving me some of their products actually. That if that counts as
so you
tips.
get gifts instead.
Yeah,
Yeah,
if that
instead of
counts as a
money.
tip, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, that's also
That's
good,
also a little tip. Yeah,
that's also
it
a
is.
tip. We hope you're learning a lot, guys. Please do not forget to subscribe. All right, follow the channel. It's very important. It helps us grow. And click the thumbs up. All right, the thumbs up icon. So we can push the video out more. Just like you mentioned earlier, we know if you're a young girl who decides to start the journey of becoming a self-employed florist, right? They will be faced with a lot of challenges, right? And difficult times at some point. So from your years of experience, right, how would you advise them to deal with these tough times and like stay disciplined?
Keep on believing in yourself and your work and your crafts. There is a reason why there have been many people before choosing you also to do their flowers. And then just try to remember all the good experiences. If you have one wedding that didn't went 100% well, then try to remember the 10 other weddings you have done that have been going well. Something like that. And then use your friends and family and good people around you. If I have hard times, I often just ask a friend if her wants to go out and eat something or sleep together or drink a coffee or something like that. So
what are some general misconceptions you think people have about the flower business?
I think there is. I have met many people being like, it's so cute with your flowers. It's so cute. It's so nice. Like very beautiful decorations. And as I said before, cute on the outside, but there is so much work on the inside and behind and everything. So I would not use the word cute anymore about it. I will say it's a tough business. Yes, it is.
All right. let's talk about this interesting, because people always want to know about the interesting and fun facts about everything, you know. So what are some interesting facts worth knowing about the flower business? For example, events, people, locations, and so on.
I feel it's always fun, actually, especially with the weddings, that it's the most personal day for everyone. Like, it's the biggest day in many people's life, the wedding day.
Yeah.
So to be the florist on those days is very mixed. Sometimes you come into a beautiful wedding, exactly what you expected. Otherwise, you are almost the one that have to help the woman to close her dress,
The
or
bride,
to
yeah.
fix her makeup last minute or something. I have done so many different jobs than just being a florist, sometimes putting out the last plates or
Yeah.
1 minute's task. And then also for the weddings, you actually going into somebody's house most of the time,
Yeah.
where they can sit half naked doing their makeup and hair in the morning.
Yeah.
And then you just have to be like, you just have to be natural about it. Like, good morning, here's your
Yeah.
flowers. How are you?
Yeah.
Maybe it's the first time you meet the person, actually. That can be on the wedding day, half naked in the house with 10 other girls around or something like that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Then I have also sometimes with my transportation for flowers, I have a few ones at the flower market that helps me transport my flowers back to Northwest where I live. But then sometimes on your way back from the flower market, they can have different other customers you need to step by. So I have also been delivering a lot of flowers for other people sometimes in the middle of the night, like locking myself into people's basements or houses to set the flowers in the entrance or something like that.
Yeah.
Whereas me, like if they wake up, they will see a face they have never seen before, because it's just me in their house delivering the flowers.
Yeah.
So it's a crazy world, actually, to be in this flower industry. You never know how your nights will be. It's mostly the nights you never know. Like, maybe you will go into somebody's house or sit in a truck and eating breakfast with somebody you have never known or seen before. Yeah, so
That's very interesting.
yeah,
you know.
it is very fun.
Yeah, it is. It is. You know, it's a few things to know about the business. It's great. There are a lot of young girls watching this interview right now, right? You know, and they're probably inspired by your journey. You know, the Chi Chat show is all about you know, inspiring people as well. You know, people who can relate, people that need some help, people who are in desperate times. What will you like to share to these young girls about life in general? You know, to your younger self. You know, what was the message you would like to give them?
Follow your interest and just do what you feel is right for you to do, and try it out. Sometimes you can also try it out with another friend or something, but just at least give it a try. And if it fails, then it fails, but most of the time it never fails. Not if it's something that you really want to try out and do.
All right, Mathilda, thank you so much for answering our questions so far. All right, we are on the last part of the show, guys. We have our game, right? We have the game called Know Me Uncomfortably Well, where you have a few set of questions. You know, you have like 30 seconds to answer each question, right? And then we move on, you right? It's called Get to Know Me Uncomfortably Well, okay? So, are you ready?
I will try, yes.
Don't be nervous. It's cool. It's cool.
I hate quiz. We will try.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, question number 1. Name 3 of your favorite dishes.
Favorite dishes?
Yeah.
Pizza, risengrød, and boller i kaj.
Okay. That's all Danish you're saying?
Yeah.
Do you guys understand what you're saying?
Pizza you understood. The
Yeah,
other one you need to translate.
So, question number 2. Name 3 of your favorite music artists.
Jul, French rapper, Tessa, Danish rapper, and Sivas, a Danish rapper.
If you have the opportunity to collaborate with 3 people from any industry, who would they be?
We are still in the musicians, I think, so that will be my dreams right now. So Jilly again,
Yeah.
I would love to. There is also a female artist called Coyle Ray that I look a lot up to.
Yeah.
And if I could just go crazy big, then I will say Nicki Minaj or something like that, I think so.
Okay.
Yes.
Awesome. Nice. So you love to decorate the music sets?
Yes.
Yeah.
I never do flowers without listening to music, so I think maybe that's why.
Will be a
Listen to
creative.
many artists every day, so that will be the best for me to do flowers for artists.
All right. Name 3 of your favorite songs.
Bobs, Nicki Minaj, Sensations,
Yeah.
Jul, and Knokler Hårdt with Gilly.
Nice. All right. Question number 5. Name 3 of your favorite movies.
I don't watch movies actually that
No.
much. The one like children film with a lot of balloons.
Okay.
A house that goes up with balloons.
Yeah.
I think I think that's one
What
of
year
them.
did you watch that one?
I watched that many times. I think that's one of them. Alvin and the Chipmunks is also very funny.
Yeah.
Just Disney in general. Like I'm more into the kid stuff. Like I don't watch movies myself. Otherwise,
I see. You don't got time for it.
nah, I don't like it.
Name 3 of your favorite books.
Oh shit!
Busted.
This girl don't read books.
Yeah,
I have not read a book since high school, since I was forced to it. My mom always jokes with that. The only book that she ever remember I mentioned is called The Prince of the Mouse or something, because it was like a kid book. This thick.
Yeah.
And that was the one I was talking about for years when I was a little kid, because I read it 7-8 times or something. So maybe that one. My mom will remember that book, but otherwise I've not read any book for the past 4-5 years actually.
Yeah.
That's bad.
It's guys, it is a tough thing when you start your business, guys. You don't got time for nothing else.
Nah.
So, name 3 of your favorite places you have not traveled to yet.
I have never been to South America before. I really want to go to Peru and Brazil.
Okay.
And if it should be maybe a little bit closer than Iceland, I'd love to see. Yes. Really love to go there.
And do you sleep on your side, your belly, or in your back?
I always sleep on this side. It's the right side. I always sleep there. Yeah.
Oh my God. Why do you sleep on your right side?
I don't know. It's just when I go to bed, I sleep on that side, and when I wake up, I'm still on that side.
Yeah.
So I just think that's how I sleep.
Is it like facing the wall or
No, facing the windows and like so I can see what's going on.
Oh my God,
It's crazy to face the wall.
Yeah.
I'm always crazy. I will always look outside.
I see. Okay. Next question. On a rest day, do you prefer to stay indoors and relax, or maybe go out and have fun?
I would love to stay inside and relax.
Yeah.
Try to clean, try to take my laundry, make a little bit of food, go to shower, relax. Yeah.
What is one thing you hate most?
At the moment, tourist in the center, I think so. And I have to go out and deliver me my flowers. Yeah, that will be one of the things. I was there yesterday. It was a lot. Yeah.
And what is one thing you love most?
Breakfast. I love to eat breakfast every day. Yeah, that's just my favorite moment.
Eating your breakfast in peace.
Yes, having my coffee just before the day starts out.
Do you have a role model?
My mom.
Name 3 best dating tips a potential candidate needs in order to get you laid.
Dating tips.
Yeah, a potential candidate.
Let me do my things as well. Like I will need a lot of time to work.
Okay.
So give me that time and space. Take me out. Yes,
Okay.
I would love to. Trust. Yeah.
Okay.
Trust me and I trust you. Yes.
Guys, she's not asking for a lot.
Nee, nothing.
You see, life is that simple, you know.
And be fun as well.
Yeah.
I need to laugh. Yes.
All right. So next question: if you have to go with one style, right, what would it be? A, sports and active wear. B, urban and street wear. C, elegant and classic clothing. Or D, high-end designer fashion.
I'll say one of the first two, sports
And
active wear. Yeah.
Yeah, like the way you dress right
Yes,
now.
exactly.
You're ready to go. Next stop.
Yes.
Next stop.
Yeah.
Yes, I was ready.
That's what
Alright.
I'm most comfortable in. Yeah.
Yeah.
Always.
Yes. This one is pretty personal. What's your ideal sex frequency?
3 times in a week
Okay. Cool.
will be fine For me, yes.
With your business and everything, you can, 3 is enough.
Yes, free is fine. Free is fine.
Awesome. All right. Next question. What are 5 essential things you can't live without?
My scissor, it's on me every day. Dates, like the one you eat.
Yeah.
Dates and raisins as well. That's what I eat every day.
Yeah.
It's like things, yeah, flowers, of course. I will be very sad if I don't have flowers anymore in my life. Toothbrush,
Toothbrush.
I
Yeah.
need that every day.
Yeah.
And water.
Water.
Now I'm cutting it down. Like I'm just thinking, what is
What's
the
the
5
basic?
most essential? Flowers, scissors, because without a scissor you cannot do flowers.
Yeah.
Then I need a toothbrush. I need water or like shower. I just need a shower, not the water, because then there is still water.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then I need something to eat still, and that will forever be the dates and raisins. Yeah.
Okay, cool. All right, the last part of the game is a flower quiz, right?
Yes.
How many species of rhododendron are there?
I think it's 50 and more, actually. It's more than 50.
Okay, I'll give it 3 tries. Another try. Try again. More, a bit more.
Yeah, we are a lot over the 50.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
So maybe it's more like 300,
Okay, I'll give you a last try. A bit more.
500,
No, about
1,000,
1,024.
1,050. It's 1,000.
1,024.
Whoa.
All right. Next question. Rhododendron fall under 2 plant categories, right? What are these 2 categories?
Something with E and A. I don't read books. I already said.
All right. Okay.
I just look at them and see if they fit on a beautiful.
Yeah. So it is evergreen and deciduous.
The first one started with E.
Evergreen. Yeah.
Yeah, evergreen. Yeah.
Okay. What is an evergreen plant?
An evergreen plant is a plant that stays for evergreen all the year, all year round.
All right. Yeah. You're right.
Yes.
You're right. Yeah. But basically, it remains functional throughout the year. You're correct. Okay. Name one example of the evergreen plant.
Efeu in Danish.
What
It's
is
like the hanging plant with green leaves. Should I find a picture?
Yeah, find a picture. I think one of the good answers is this Christmas tree, the wick, right? I think this is also like a pine, right?
Yes.
Yeah. You have the pine, a cypress.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, pine or cypress is evergreen.
Yeah.
So what is a deciduous plant? Is the opposite of evergreen?
No, so it's like a plant that change. So it starts being green with flowers, and then in the new season it becomes dry and boring to look at.
Yeah.
Yes.
It sheds its leaves and petals.
Exactly.
Yeah. Mathilda. All right. So the last question is name one example of a deciduous plant.
Poppies.
What is that, poppies?
It's like the beautiful flower. They have like leaves that look like paper almost.
Oh, okay.
Become this big in red often.
Yeah.
Yeah. They are only beautiful for
Summer, maybe.
almost only 2 weeks.
Yeah.
And then you just still have the plant after.
Yeah. I think one very popular example would be the maple. You know the maple?
Yes.
The brown big leaves. Yeah, that's
The falls.
in the fall, right? Yeah. That would be the most popular example, I think. All right, guys. We are at the end of our show right now. Is there anything in your mind that you want to express before we closing out?
I'm very happy to get into a podcast to talk about all these questions. Yes.
Yeah. It's a pleasure
So
having you.
thank you so much. Yeah.
You're welcome. All right. Thanks for watching, ladies and gentlemen. It's been Mathilda on the Chi Chat Show. You know, as we always say, do not forget to like, share, and subscribe. Thank you so much for watching, and we hope to see you on the next episode.